Hello, everyone. It is Boone here. Welcome back to Boone Builds for another episode of Bricktorious Live, a brand new, awesome live stream once per week here on Boone Builds for LEGO fans just like you. He is back. Brian Saviano, the guy, there he is, back from his week-long tour on a Tesla rocket. Next up, from LEGO Masters Season 1, Mel Brown, A.K.A. IcebergBricks. There he is, everybody. And tonight, joining the stream here at Boone Builds for the very first time, we have Emmasaurus. Emmasaurus, everybody give Emmasaurus a big hand in the live chat. She is going to be our AFL Spotlight tonight, our featured guest here on Bricktorious Live. Welcome to Bricktorious Live. I recognized last week that now the music sounds way too loud. I recognized last week that my singing was behind because StreamYard is taking the music in one channel and my voice in the other channel, and there's no way that I can hear it in real time, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Welcome to Bricktorious! It's gonna be glorious! All right. Over there in the live chat, we've got Fazoom, Jennifer Smart, Willie Ball, Chantel Builds, Angel the Fireburst, Marble Kid 25, Buckadary Bat. You gotta somehow tell me if I'm pronouncing that right. Dave Morgan is here, Brickman Mosaics Art, Michael, why is it your full name? Moto is in the chat. We've got, that's at least 2 contestants from LEGO Masters Season 2. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm gonna see if I can fade out. Oh, that wasn't a fade out.
Nope.
Fade out, here it is. Here's the fade out. There it goes. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to Bricktorious Live. It is my aspiration that at some point in the very near future, I will have the proper setup to be able to listen to the music and sing along with it live, and for you all out there to actually hear them in real time. Emily, Mel, Brian, how y'all doing?
Doing good.
Life, man.
Alive and well.
Well, Brian, since you were just here last week, do you have anything that you want to tell us that's happened in the last week?
In the last week, we had the Beyond the Brick quarantine cast where me and Joshua Hanlon, Kirk Wilson, a bunch of other people, talk about stuff. And, recently the world map came out. We had some of the designers on, and I was building the world map. And, Boone told me to tell a story that's a bit ridiculous or whatever, because I've been on for week 2. I got to up my ante every week. I want to let everyone know that as professional as I am, I referred to where like Brazil is and Peru and all that. I refer to that section of the world as the lower part of North America for the entirety of me talking to LEGO designers. So for as professional as you can be and have your act together, sometimes you don't. So I'm going to show you the progress I have on the world map here because I have it. So this is where I'm at right now, just for context. But.
So are the base plates black?
Yes, they are. The frame is white.
Are they the interlocking base plates like the art sets?
Yes, this is an art set. Therefore, it is the same as the art set. Now, I could have built the mathematical map of the ocean, but I decided that's a lot of work. Don't want to do that. So I'm deciding to make my own pattern. So that's what I'm working on for this week. And yeah.
I absolutely love it. Thank you very much, Brian. Emily, we're going to save you for last because you are our special guest tonight. Mel, what are you up to, my man?
Man, if I ain't riding the bike, I'm building Lego, though, man. So I'm doing a series on like skyscraper stuff like that. So I'm actually building a skyscraper, but I had to sideline the skyscraper because that Daily Bugle came out, right? So I've been building the Daily Bugle right now, because I'm actually trying to do it. Oh, that's not good. That's never good.
Oh my god.
What was it?
No Lego was harmed.
Oh, good.
None. Maybe some soft drinks, but no Lego was harmed. So I'm trying to build a Marvel city, and so this bugle, they cut me a break on building my own bugle when this came out. So I'm trying to get that going.
Awesome, love it. Absolutely awesome. I can't wait to see it all when it's put together, and you'll have to share a picture of whatever fell while you were giving your check-in there.
One of the tables, dude. They ain't major. Just one of
Okay.
the tables.
Emily, welcome. Thank you so much
Hello.
for being with us. What have you been up to this week?
It's been crazy. So Daily Bugle came out, and man, that thing is massive. It's a huge set, and we just added it to our Lego City tonight. So that was pretty exciting. We have it fully built. I did it over the course of 2 separate live streams, which, you know, it's like 4,000 pieces. So it was a pretty big set. And we also went to San Antonio. We live in Austin, and we actually bought quite a few modulars this weekend. So it's been a pretty crazy week, honestly.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. And we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but you were recently invited to join the Lego Ambassador Network.
Yes, yes. I'm now a member of LAN, which is
woohoo!
So cool. It's so exciting.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Congratulations. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Stick around. Emmasaurus is our featured guest for the AFOL Spotlight, which will come in just a little while. We will also have Minifig Mystery, Lego Trivia, and if we have time at the very end of the chat, we'll have some Q&A from the chat, the live stream there. Brickaroo Bonsai is here. TMX Google, Legend, Ashitaka, Classic Bricks. Thank you all so much for being here this evening. I think we can go ahead and dive in to our Minifig Mystery.
What?
It's a minifig mystery. All right. A minifig mystery. Cool. Here we go. This is it. It's going to be right up here.
Okay.
It is a Looney Tunes minifig. So I have a Looney Tunes minifig in this bag. Go ahead and start putting your guesses in the chat, and I'll ask each of you. Brian, do you have a guess? Which character is it? Obviously, you can't feel it.
A lot of people had a lot of issues finding Wile E. Coyote a little while ago, but I think it's the luck is with you tonight, Boone. I'm going to say Wile E. Coyote.
All right. We got Mark Crookshank, another Lego master in the live chat. Thanks for being here with us, buddy. I promise all of you out there, you will see, unless for some reason he refuses, you will see my buddy, my fellow bearded builder, Mark Crookshank, on a very near future episode of this live show. Brett Hooper says it's Daffy. Demure says it's Bugs. Mel, what do you think?
I think it's Porky, man.
You think it's Porky? Emily,
Porky.
You got a guess?
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. All right, here we go. I actually know which one it is because I felt the back.
Oh, what fun is that?
Willie says Coyote. Echo says Bugs. Marvel Kid 25 says Porky. It is... Oh, it won't come out. Oh, can you tell what it is?
The Roadrunner.
It's the companion to Wiley. I'll take it as a 2% victory.
There it is. Oh, that's the chord from my keyboard. It's the Roadrunner. Meep, meep. Can anyone do the meep, meep? All right. Ooh, that was good. Who was that? Was that Brian?
Yes.
Emily, can you do it?
Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good enough.
That was close.
So if you would like a chance to win, if you're watching live and you'd like a chance to win the Roadrunner, stick around for our Lego trivia that is going to come up in just a little while. So here is the Roadrunner, putting the Roadrunner together. Be careful with this one, everybody. The scissors are depicted on the package here, and so it clearly shows you that you can use scissors to open this thing. But my daughter got one of these Roadrunners, and she, as a 6-year-old, cut open the pack, and this piece was a little too close to the... This piece was a little too close to the top, and she cut part of it off. Somehow I started watching the stream on my phone. So be careful out there. Watch your scissors. Make sure all your parts are nicely settled down into the bottom of the pack. And here is... what is this, bird seed? Is that what they would have put in the... Like the coyotes trying to trap? And what do you think these red things are?
The red goes underneath the bird seed to elevate it higher.
Oh, okay. Elevate
the
bird
seed
seed
higher.
higher.
Yes.
I put this on once, and then I started talking about being careful not to cut it. There he is. I love these pieces, the tail piece and the little.
Now,
what do you call?
Boone, do you
plume on
feel
top?
that? Do you feel that he should have been like a flamingo type character, all one build, or do you like him as a minifigure to accompany Wily?
I've seen people do some interesting things with these pieces and not using the minifig torso and legs. Emily, you have an opinion?
I feel like his legs look a little big for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it just looks like he's wearing pants to me, which doesn't make any sense. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's a cool one. I like the character. I like the minifig. But yeah, the legs are. I don't know what they could have done different, but it's just kind of weird the way it is.
Yeah, I don't know what they could have done differently either. To me, it looks like a minifigure dressed up in like a Roadrunner costume.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
But I don't know. What do you think, Mel? Did you have any opinion on this?
I think they probably should have molded his body a little bit better. Like, like make it look like a bird just a little bit better than that. Like just like you said, make it almost like the flamingo. Just kind of, his torso's all wrong. So they should have did a better job on the torso. It's not flat. Birds aren't flat in the front.
Roland Fisher said he should have had the fawn legs.
Yep.
So maybe the fawn legs that's a good example of a different type of leg that could have given this character a little more similarity to what it looks like in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, as I said before, if you want to win that minifigure, you can stick around for the Lego trivia in just a bit. And it is now time for the A-Full Spotlight. And I'm going to play the whole intro from the old show. I don't know if this is going to change or not. You'll have to let me know in the chat or send me an email. Do you want to keep hearing the old show intro, or should I come up with a new segment intro for A-Full Spotlight? Here it is. Emmasaurus coming up next.
Let's go! Climb aboard this proverbial Winnebago. We're talking about the awesome fans of Lego. So build your mock and shift it into drive. It's time for A-Full Spotlight live.
All right. It is A-Full Spotlight, and Emily, you are on the hot seat tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. This is so fun.
So I noticed you on YouTube a handful of months back, and I was like, I've never seen this person before. And I watched a few of your videos, and I'm like, oh man, she's got this electricity. She's got this kind of like vision for her channel. I can tell. And you were working on your spaces. And then I see you in the Lego Ambassador Network. And I'm like, holy smokes, this is amazing. So we connected, and I said, won't you come on over? And so before we dive into everything about you, I will tell, if you're watching, Emily and I are going to do a collab, a creator collab in early June. So we'll do a little bit of that here on Boone Builds. We'll do a little bit of that over on her channel, Emmasaurus, and stick around and watch for that. So, Emily, take us back. Where did it all start with you with your love of Lego?
Oh gosh. So yeah, I haven't always been into Lego, and I feel like a lot of people who are in the YouTube world have just been into it forever, right? My first Lego set was like 3 years ago, and it took me another year to get my second Lego set, and then probably another like 6 months to get my third, and now I'm just obsessed. But yeah, I started with like the Women of NASA set because I'm a programmer, so I just loved it. It was something I could have on my desk. And it was really my husband that got me into it because he's always been into Lego, and he had Star Wars ships in his apartment, and I was like, "What is that?" Like, I thought this was like a toy. Why do you have this? And he explained it. I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." He showed me like documentaries. We watched Lego Masters, obviously, like that was really cool. And and then 2020 happened. I was just home all day, and it's like, you know what? Let's talk about Lego on the internet and just share our passions, especially when so many people are just home all the time. So it seemed like the perfect time to do that.
You've already got questions from the Peanut Gallery. What language do you program?
Python. Python programmer.
Python. Aubrey says Women of NASA is a great set.
Such a good set. I love that.
Aubrey, I think I owe you a minifigure that you won last time, so shoot me an address somewhere. All right. Emily, tell us a little bit about the history of the YouTube channel. You mentioned, before we went live that it's kind of an old channel. I had a very similar experience. I've had this channel forever, and it wasn't really until the last couple of years that I'd kind of committed to doing Lego stuff and have started to grow a bit. So tell us about your journey.
Yeah, totally. So, like I said earlier, I haven't always been into Lego. I'm very new here. And so I'm learning just about new sets all the time. And my husband is the exact opposite. And, I'm a very new fan. He's been into it since Duplo. He doesn't even remember his first set. He's been into it forever. And so, back in high school, I believe in 2008, he started this YouTube channel, and it used to be called something different. We've changed names multiple times, but he used to do a bunch of Lego, Star Wars, Clone Wars stop motion. And if you look way back on my channel, you'll see it. And it's actually really good. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. But yeah, and then he stopped, and the channel was kind of dead for 8 years or so. And then, again, during 2020, I guess he always knew he wanted to reboot it, and he didn't expect his wife would also be into Lego. He just thought, I'll have a big Lego city one day. I'll redo the channel, I'll start posting again. But now his wife's into Lego, so, he's happy. I'm happy. I have a fun hobby now. And yeah, we were just home all the time in 2020, and it was just the perfect time to reboot it. It was just kind of different, it hadn't been posted on for 8 years. And it was kind of interesting, though. We did upload, and some people were like, oh, wow, this channel's back. That's kind of neat. They're we remember you from back then. Watch. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Crazy. I just last week, a minifigure collector dropped into the live chat, and I hadn't seen him in a live chat in years. And he used to watch my channel since long before it was called Boone Builds, long before I was doing exclusively Lego stuff. Moto, in response to your comment earlier, Python, shiz, you legit. And Legomatic says, where did you get your name, Emmasaurus?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that was actually my gamer name for a while. Gamer meaning Mario Kart and that kind of stuff. But yeah, when we were setting up our Nintendo Switch a few years ago, you could choose the icon of the big Mario dinosaur from Mario Odyssey. And I had a pink background behind it with the Mario dinosaur. I was like, Emmasaurus, cool, let's do this. And when we came up with the YouTube name, we had a few different things first, but Emmasaurus just seemed kind of goofy, kind of funny, and that's kind of what our channel is.
Nice. I love it. So there's actually a similarity. I've heard some similarities between you and everyone that's in this chat, in this live window right now, because Mel, you have only been back into Lego for about the same amount of time as Emily, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the set that got you back into it, Mel?
It was actually the Batmobile, the wagon,
the speed wagon.
The speed wagon. Yeah, I built it for my grandson a while back. He does RIP to the speed wagon. But yeah, we saw the Batmobile, we saw the Lego movie, and he wanted it, and I put it together, and that kind of had me hooked.
Awesome. Yeah, well, this community is for anybody, no matter how long they've been interested in Lego. So we love that you're doing it. And then Brian, I saw Brian's eyes light up a little bit when Emily said Mario Kart.
Well, I mean, look at my background. It's only painfully obvious that I have a relative interest in anything and everything Nintendo. So you're already good in my book, Emma.
Sounds great.
What, Brian? I'm interested in hearing this from both of you. Brian, what is your earliest recollection of playing Nintendo?
I remember being at a place called Good Times in Somerville, Massachusetts, and I had a birthday party there where I got a Zenith television that had a VCR player built in for my room, and a Nintendo 64 with a copy of Pokemon Snap on it. And I remember playing that constantly, and now the new game just came out, so it's all come full circle. That game literally takes 90 minutes to beat. Not a long game at all. But when you're a little itty bitty Brian and you have no internet back in that day to look up what to do, just keep playing it over and over and over again. So yeah, that's the first one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Emily, how about you? What got you into gaming?
Oh gosh, yeah, my hardcore gaming. Yeah, I think like when I was really little, my parents got me a Nintendo 64 for Christmas, and I didn't even know what it was when I got it. I was like, had never had a console. I didn't even know that it existed. And I think they got me like Banjo and Kazooie, like the really, old school. And I had no idea what I was doing. I think I was just like running around in circles, just having a good time jumping off of stuff. But it was fun. I don't know. It kept me entertained.
It was really N64 and those very first kind of like is it Banjo and Kazooie and GoldenEye, like when video games changed from like a guy that runs in one direction along a two-dimensional screen to like all these different joysticks and you're running around in a three-dimensional world, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. So I still play Super Mario, the original Super Mario, and that's pretty much it. Duck Hunt. I can beat any of you at Duck Hunt the next time we see each other. Mel, what's your gaming experience?
My older brother, he's probably about 8 years older than me. And before Nintendo, because I had the first Nintendo experience, but before Nintendo, he had what was called Commodore, right? And Atari, and so I got to play the ET game with the one you can go straight to the end and beat the game, right? But you never figured any of that out until like way years later after. But that was playing Pong on the Commodore was kind of thrilling. Like you're talking about those those the little square ball and the two lines, and it just.
Mel, what you're saying is like me and Emily are like children compared to you as the grandfather of video game playing between us.
Absolutely. Don't make me feed you another hot pickle, Brian.
Oh, I'm in. I'm all in.
Mark says, I'd do the Boone Duck Hunt challenge. Yeah, listen, I mean, I'll say I don't think anyone here could beat me. I may not beat you, but I don't know. I pride myself in my duck hunt abilities. All right, let's get back to the spotlight. Emily, what do you think is the coolest thing you've built in the last year? So you're I'm going to hold on to that one.
Okay.
I've got one more to get us there.
Okay.
How do you decide which sets you want to buy to build for yourself and which things you want to feature on your channel?
Ooh, I guess I don't know. So a lot of it's, I don't want to talk about something on my channel that I don't really care about. Like obviously whatever I'm talking about on my channel is something I want to make content on, because otherwise it's just, when someone's not excited to make a video, you can kind of tell, so like they tend to do better when you're like excited about it. And plus I don't want to spend my time talking about something I don't like. But with sets, I don't know. Most of it's kind of a combination between what I enjoy and also just what's really cool, what's kind of relevant, but also just, I don't know. You have to kind of look at your audience as well, I think. And for example, I love friend sets. Like I love the friend sets. I love elves, but a lot of my audience doesn't really look at those as much, which is kind of a shame. Because they're really good. So I don't really focus too much on those sets as much, but I love building them in my own time. Whereas, yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think the elves sets were
Elves are the best.
incredible.
They're so good.
I don't know how they
Best
disappeared so quickly.
Best line. It's so good.
It's just really, really amazing.
I have like all my dragons on display, like right, you can't see it, but I'm just like staring at them and they look so good. I love them.
That's awesome. Real quick, what's the yellow thing over your left shoulder back there? Is that a Star Wars ship? Oh,
that's Wally.
Is that your left? No, I'm sorry. I meant right shoulder. I must be looking at you the other way. It's like
Prequel's Y-Wing. I think that's what Anakin's Y-Wing.
It's right? Okay. The yellow Y-Wing.
The long yellow one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, sweet. I love it. Are you personally a Star Wars fan?
I am. I would say like it's hard because it's like there's certain levels of Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Like there's people that know everything and it's like Star Wars. Like you're preparing your whole life for like some random Star Wars quiz that's like never actually gonna happen. That's my husband. It's like you're just like ready to go at any moment. I'm like, I like it. I like learning about it. I don't know everything yet. I mean, just because there's so much, but like I really do like it. I like the movies and shows. So it's hard where it's like I live with someone that's just into Star Wars. Like they know everything and I'm like, I like it too, but I feel like there's different tiers of Star Wars fans almost, but I am into it, definitely.
Yeah, I can identify with that as well. A lot of similarities between us this evening in your stories. I knew everything about Star Wars up through like the prequels, I want to say. And then when the cartoons began, I never watched them. The animated series, the Clone Wars, and it's like since that there's been this whole huge boom of this new Star Wars fandom, and I feel completely disconnected from it. And I've talked about it here before, and I need to get connected to it. But I feel like in like 1999 or in like 2002 or 2005, I was a Star Wars expert because I had just taken in everything. But then all of a sudden when Clone Wars came and Rebels came, it was like there was this whole new section of the Star Wars universe that I'm just clueless about.
There's a lot there for sure.
So let's see. Let's dive into the chat for just a moment here, and we'll come back to you, Emily, for we're coming back for the question that I said was, what's the coolest set you've built in the last year? So think about that. You've got another minute.
Okay, good.
Animated series. Journal of the Scott says animated series are just mind-blowing. I've heard they're awesome. Moto was vibing with us on elves in all caps.
Such a good line.
And TMX Google says, I was not Star Wars until 1981. I was not into Star Wars until 1981. Is that what you mean? All right. And Jeff McElwee is here, and he says, Hoopa, talking to our good buddy, Brett Hooper. Thank you all so much for watching. We are talking to Emily from Emmasaurus. She is our featured guest tonight here on Bricktorious Live. And while I mention that, I should say that a link to Emmasaurus on YouTube, as well as a link to IcebergBricks and Bricks O'Brien, are all in the description of this video. So if you want to check out any of their channels, you are welcome to head over there in those links below. All right, Emily.
I have an answer now.
You have an answer.
I have an answer.
What is the best Lego set you've built in the last year?
So that was really hard because I've basically only been into Lego for the last year, like really hardcore. So I was like, out of all the Lego sets that I've built, what's my favorite? I think the NES. I have it behind me. I was like, what is my favorite? I think it's the NES. Like the actual like stuff inside it is so cool. Like how it actually works. It's such a cool set. I love it. And also it works with Mario, which is kind of fun.
What do you think is your favorite thing about that set? And here's why I ask, because when you said NES, I saw Brian do a little cheer.
He was happy.
And I heard some maybe some verbal agreement from Mel. So I'm interested in hearing from each of you. What do you think is so great about that set? Emily, go.
I mean, it's first of all, it has a lot of color, and I love color, whereas like Star Wars is very gray and pokey. It's, sorry guys, it's very gray. NES it's very colorful. It's kind of fun, like the interactive part of it. I love it when Lego sets actually like have some sort of movement to them. I just think that's so cool. And the NES part is cool itself, like what it actually is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Brian, same question. What's your favorite part of the NES? Because you celebrated when she said NES. Am I right?
Yes. I have it hidden behind these 3D printed 1x2 masonry bricks. But to me, the NES not only exemplifies my love of Nintendo, but it is everything that a Lego set. It's everything people want out of a Lego set. It has brick-built elements. It has Technic pieces. It has complexity yet simplicity. You could break it up into two different builds between two people and share that experience. You can have the Mario that goes on top to have sound and interactivity with it. And it's multi-generational. So, you buy the Mario starter course for your son, and then you buy the NES for you. You combine the Mario right on top, and you have this moment where everything works in unison, and it's just, it all clicks together. And because it's Nintendo, it's multi-generation. It's great. It's everything that I would want out of a set like that. It's good.
Awesome. Mel, do you have anything to add?
Oh man, Brian said it all, man. No, it's it definitely had me down memory lane building it, right? And I just love that they didn't just stop with the unit. They had the old school TV. Now my first NES, I had that same old school TV, so that took me down memory lane as a kid as well too. So they just thought about the little things, not only just just the system, but they thought about the old school TV. So I dig that how it moves around, in a picture too. So that was a real cool idea. I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have what I consider nothing short of a spiritual relationship with the NES as an artifact over the years. I just have so many weird stories about it. I want to make a video. Someday I'll make a video talking about my lifelong relationship with the NES. But
are you going to tear that NES apart too, like you did Mario? You going to do that?
No.
Okay, good.
But the NES that I own now is we actually took it up to my kid's great-grandfather's house, and we go up there and we visit, and he's got an old tube TV, and it's like a console tube TV, and it is sitting on carpet in the basement that has not changed since 1976. So it's this very almost like The Shining looking carpet. So it all just vibes very well together. So I enjoy going up there and playing the NES. All right. So let's do one more quick question with you, Emily, and then we will move on to Lego trivia. So Emily, where do you see yourself with this Lego YouTube life in the next, you fill in the blank, 1 year, 2 year, 5 years? What do you see in the future?
Oh gosh. I mean, that's such a hard question because you can always look at your channel and where you're going and where you've been. But I mean, based on our trajectories back in November, we wouldn't have even been where we are right now. And so it's really just an exponential thing. And we were not expecting this at all. Really, this was just something for fun. And it's turned out a lot better than we expected. Within the next year, I don't know. I would love to make this my full-time thing and just, do Lego YouTube full-time. That would be the dream, and I'm that's kind of what I'm hoping for, I guess. I don't really have a timeline for that. But it's a blast. It's so much fun working on it. And also that's just the dream. Talk about Lego on the internet and share your love of Lego with others. That's amazing.
Do you have are there any YouTubers that do Lego in a similar way to you that you sort of feel like you look to for inspiration?
Yeah, oh gosh, that's tough because I feel like when I started, there weren't really many women doing kind of similar stuff to kind of my channel. And really, I know that I don't have that in-depth Lego background. I can't give you crazy facts about every year of Lego. I wasn't around for it. I wasn't into it back then. And so really, I think what sets our channel apart is that it's just a really positive, happy place. We're always just happy to talk about Lego. A lot of channels out there are just, I don't know, kind of full of drama. They'll be complaining about a lot of things. And, I, of course, have negative opinions on Lego sometimes, but who doesn't? But it's always in a positive light. It's I don't really like this, but I kind of see why they did that. And so it's not, I don't know, it's just a little bit different. It's just a very upbeat kind of place to come, especially during 2020 when it's a lot of sadness in the world. So it's a little happy place in the Lego YouTube world, I think.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, Emily. Like I said earlier in the stream, Emily and I are going to do some collaborations in early June. We're going to be building some of the brand new creator sets. Cool. We'll do some of that on my channel, some of that on her channel. So I keep pointing the wrong direction. You're over here. Some of that on my channel, some of that on her channel. And so please subscribe here. Please subscribe over at Emmasaurus if you don't want to miss out on that stuff. Again, links to all these folks' channel in the video description. 36 Bricks with a $5 super chat says, for all, what is your holy grail set? The set you really want but could probably never get.
Oh, I have one.
You have one.
I have
Go
one
for
already.
it.
Cafe Corner. Nothing's too expensive.
What does it go for these days?
I think it's about 1,000 or more new in box, which
Wow.
is just too much.
Look at Brian's face.
Yeah.
Not
Too
for
much.
that set. No.
No, not, yeah. Like, I wouldn't want to, like, the set itself isn't even that great. It's just classic. It's a modular, so I really want it to complete my modular collection. But I'm not spending 1,000 for it, you know? Kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Mel, you got one?
No, man. I never really. That kind of stumped me. I don't know what I really want that I can't get my hands on. Too many to think about, man.
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer because I think, you know, one of mine. If I didn't have the UCS Slave 1, that would probably be my answer because
Right.
it has become so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
That I wouldn't pay for it now what it goes for,
Right.
but I would want it. But I happened to get it way back when it wasn't worth 3 times, you know, what its original price. So yeah, it's kind of challenging to answer. But that's a good one. 36 bricks. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Brian, did you have one?
Well, Marvel Kid 25 says, Brian, be like Princess Peach's castle. I believe that's going to be a thing, so that's not something I'll never get, okay? I'm going to get it one day, first of all. Secondly, there is nothing else right now that immediately comes to mind that I'm always eyeballing but don't want to buy or haven't at some point owned, so I guess I'm fortunate, and my standard, my bar is like, you know, whatever. I don't have one right now, but... yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you. I will get that castle one day. I believe.
You will.
Peach's
You can do it.
Peach's castle. Because it doesn't exist, right? That's
No.
why it's your...
No. If it did, you would see a big elated smile right here more often. No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
All right, it is time for Lego Trivia, which still doesn't have a segment intro. I think that's just become a hallmark of my live streams here. Is I think the idea of a segment intro is really fun, and then I talk about how half my segments don't have segment intros. So maybe I'll do some other a segment about segment intros. But it's time for Lego Trivia, Lego Trivia, something like that, and. It's not time for Lego Trivia because I just started it and it's 3 minutes away. So we'll take one more question from the live stream. If I find someone in the chat that has a question for everybody here, we'll go ahead and talk about it for the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Any idea? Brian says trivia.
I didn't say trivia.
I'm sorry, Willie. Did I say Brian?
You did say Brian. Yeah.
Willie. Sorry, Willie. Willie said trivia. Nerdbrick. Here's a great question. How is everyone? Oh, I'm good. Emily, you good?
I'm good.
Brian, you good?
Good.
Elated.
Mel, you good?
Doing great.
All right. Does anyone have a set that you regret purchasing? Any sets you regret purchasing?
That's a great question.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that we all look around the room. We're like, wait, let me take a look.
You know,
real quick.
I'm gonna tell you, anything I regretted, you know, purchasing, I probably took apart and used it for pieces.
yeah.
Probably should have built it. You know, I don't know. I'm looking around. Yeah, it's probably something that it's probably something I already took apart already.
I want to say, has to be like the Lego Movie 2 sets. Just like whatever I got from that line. I have no emotional attachment or desire anymore whatsoever. Zero. So all of them, I'm just like, I don't. Doesn't matter to me. So I would say that.
I think I can get on board with that. Let me show you.
Lego
let me
Movie
show
2
you
specifically.
Okay.
These are my Lego Movie 2 sets.
Oh no!
Can't you tell?
Oh, nice.
R.I.P.
You were playing.
Jeez.
See, it's already taken apart. See that?
There's good
Bought
parts
a,
in there.
I actually never built the Lego. I bought 2 Lego Movie 2 sets when we were in LA taping Lego Masters. They had them on sale at Target. We would sometimes like to go to Target and look at the Lego aisle. Holy smokes, we're 27 seconds away from trivia. But anyway, I bought those 2 and I never built them. I only used them for parts. I meant to build them. They just kind of got, stuck in the hotel room, and I never did anything with them. Okay, here we go, everybody. Trivia. It's trivia time in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can type these numbers into the live chat to answer your trivia questions. If you're on Facebook, you probably want to add a word with your number so it doesn't think it's spam. Which classic space minifigure spacesuit color was not featured when the popular line first launched in 1979? So you probably have an image in your head of the classic space minifigures with those spacesuits. There were a number of colors. Which one was not available when the line first launched in 1979? 1, yellow. 2, red. 3, blue. Or 4, white?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
What do you know it, Mel?
I probably would say blue.
I would say blue.
I would say blue because Benny's blue and Benny ain't been around since back then. So I'm thinking blue.
All right. Emily, you said...
I think red. That's my guess,
red.
but I actually have no clue. So ignore that.
I'm looking at the live chat, and it looks like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a widespread answer. It was blue, folks.
Yeah.
The original
One
3,
up, baby. One up, right?
the original 3 were yellow, red, and white. Blue did not come around until I think 1984.
Yeah.
And there was also black back in the 80s, but I don't know when the black figure came out.
Yeah, I got shamed for putting the blue on with all of them, and that's how I knew. I got somebody shamed me. They said he didn't belong with them. So
Who shamed you for that?
Picking bricks. He's from Buffalo.
But they were still. It was still before the. I still consider that classic space. All right. Which of the following United States does not have a Legoland theme park? Is it 1, California, 2, Texas, 3, Florida, or 4, New York? Which of those states does not have a Legoland theme park?
You're not
Emily,
fooling chat on this one, Boone.
I'm in Texas.
Not fooling the chat?
No, you're not. Not even close.
Emily, have you been to Legoland?
Yes, I went in Florida last year, so it was pretty cool. It was pretty fun.
Okay, but you decided not to go in Texas.
I did decide not to go in Texas. Yeah,
You went all the way to Florida.
I did.
Brian, Legoland?
I know for a fact there is not one in Texas. So
No, have you ever been?
no.
Oh, okay. Mel, you been to Legoland?
I have.
In which location?
I've been to the one in
Not Texas.
Florida, not Texas.
Well, most people said Texas. Most people were correct. Emily, did you have a favorite experience at Legoland?
Oh, I sure did. So we went on a Tuesday, and there was nobody there. We got to ride everything. We just sat there, and they were like, "Do you want to go again?" We were like, "Let's go." It was the best experience. Nobody there.
Which ride was it? Oh, it's just on all
I
of them?
liked pretty much all of them, but I liked the wooden one. I forget what it's called. Also, the dragon was cool. The actual Legoland dragon one. It was all really fun. I don't know. I like those little rides like that.
Awesome. All right. Next question is, which of these Lego fan conventions has Boone, me, yours truly, you have to watch Boone Builds to know the answer to this. Which of these Lego fan conventions have I never been to? 1, Brick World Chicago. 2, BrickCon Seattle. 3, Brick Fair Virginia. Or 4, Bricks by the Bay. Let us know what you think.
We may need to have a discussion if you haven't been to Brick Fair, Virginia, Boone. That's a nice one.
Yeah, it is a nice one.
Oh.
So you might as well let me be quiet.
With the chat delay and everything, they already have locked in the answers.
Oh, they locked in? Yeah, you might as well go ahead and have that talk, Brian.
Yeah. Emily, when things get back to normal in the world, do you think you'll be heading to Lego fan conventions?
Oh gosh, I would love to. Definitely. I've met so many people online this year. I want to meet them in person, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh man, somebody go tell your friend we are about to break 100 concurrent video viewers on this stream. We didn't hit 100 last week.
Good job,
So if we can
Boone.
get like one more friend or foe in the stream. I haven't been to Brick Fair, Virginia.
What are we doing?
Haven't been
Come on.
there.
Come on. Washington,
I told you
D.C.
to have that talk, man.
There's talks.
There's
talks.
With who? The booking agent for the flight? Come on, get there. Let's go.
There's talks that it might happen this year. Yeah. Oh, there it is. 100 people watching the stream right now. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you. Hasn't been since 2020 that I think the Thursday night stream has seen 100 viewers. So thank you all so much. Dave Beckett said, I did meet Boone at one of these. Dave met at one of them. Jeff says, go to Brick Rodeo in July.
Ooh, Texas.
Which of the following
Rodeo, Texas.
Which of the following was not one of Johnny Thunder's nemesis in the Lego Adventures line? 1. Baron Von Baron. 2. Snidely Whiplash. 3. Lord Sam Sinister. Lord Sam Sinister. Or 4. Max Villano. Which of those was not an adventurer's villain?
I see a lot of 2s in the chat.
A lot of
I missed out on
2s.
some
I see
good
a 3. I
themes,
see a
man.
4.
I feel like I missed out on some good Lego themes, man. I need
Adventurers is awesome, Mel. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
My local Bricks and Minifigs has a whole little cabinet full of the adventurers kind of print, like exclusive adventurers printed elements, like Egyptian hieroglyphics and stuff like that. Brett Hooper said 2, and among my friends, he is the biggest Adventurers fan, so I will trust him. It was Snidely Whiplash. I should have chose something. I should have put a wrong answer in that was a little more similar to some of the real answers. Snidely Whiplash. I don't remember. What was he from? Was he from the Wacky Racers or something like that?
Sounds right. Something like that.
Yeah, some old cartoon.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Brett Hooper said, "Shh, don't say that, Boone. Why? Why wouldn't you want anyone to know?" Jeff McElwee says, "It's Indiana Jones before Indiana Jones was out, Mel. It's fantastic. Not before Indiana Jones existed in the world, but certainly before Indiana Jones was Lego form." The Lego movie featured such iconic voices as Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman, and Will Ferrell, but which of the following actors did not lend their voice to the film? 1. Jonah Hill. 2. Terry Crews. 3. Anthony Daniels. Or 4. Andy Samberg. 3 of those voices can be heard in the Lego movie, and 1 cannot. Which do you suppose it is? Lego Danny Bob says 7. I can guarantee you will not get the correct answer. Is that a viewer from your channel?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Danny. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I can't believe you'd call out your best friend like that, Boone. Come on.
What?
Jeez.
What?
Your boy Terry Crews for not being in a Lego movie. Come on.
Typo.
I don't know what this is. Near the Morley Manor? It was Terry Crews. Was there a typo?
Oh, Lego Danny Bob said, LOL, sorry, typo.
Oh, nice. It was Terry Crews. Jonah Hill was voice of the Green Lantern. Anthony Daniels, of course, the voice of C-3PO. And Andy Samberg's voice was heard in the theme song during the rap section of Everything is Awesome. Terry Crews in Lego Masters, but not a voice in the Lego movie. Emily, do you have a favorite Lego movie?
Oh gosh, like out of all of the Lego movies, like Batman, Ninjago, all of it. We just watched Batman actually yesterday, so that was actually really fun. I don't know. I think Lego Movie 2, because I think it's the first one I've seen, and so it just like kind of stuck with me. You know, it was really cute.
Awesome, love it. I watched that with my daughter. We had a great time. All right, the ability of Lego bricks to snap together tightly while also being easy to separate is widely referred to as 1. Grab nabber, 2. Clutch power, 3. Brick lock, or 4. Snappability.
I kind of wish it was grab nabber.
Yeah, can I use that as my superhero name? Is that okay?
I wish that was what it was called. That's great.
He walks through the dark of night, the grab nabber,
Oh my God.
in the city. You better watch out or you might get grab nabbed. A lot of different answers in there. A lot of Jake Sadovich went ahead and voted grab nabber.
Good.
That's I think that might be what we're going for, what we might be using in the future. He has that grab nabber. It is clutch power. Most people said clutch power. Most people were correct. All right. We only have one more question, and the winner of this trivia game wins this minifigure of the Roadrunner. Here it comes in 20 seconds. I remember the first time I heard the word clutch used for Lego kind of in that official way was James Ritzman built a Dutch Brothers replica, but he called it Clutch Brothers, and he had this great little printed, it was like a little drive-through. If you don't have Dutch Brothers in your area, it's a drive-through coffee shop, and I thought that was clever. Which of these was the earliest Lego video game? This is it, everybody. The last chance. 1, Lego Racers. 2, Lego Fever. 3, Lego Universe. Or 4, Lego Island. Brian, do you know?
Oh, I do
Don't say
know.
it if
Yes.
you do. You do know?
Yes.
Emily, do you think you know?
No, I have no idea.
Mel, do you know?
No.
Now here's the secret question is, which of those was never a Lego video game? I'm just kidding, they all were.
Oh, I was like, I don't know. I was going to guess.
So I believe that the answer to this question was also the very first, what is considered the first Lego video game, but I think that can also be debated because of some other things that could have been considered video games that came before it. But here it is, coming right up. The very last question, it was Lego Island. Many people answered Lego Island correctly. Bacadera Bat says, if there's a tie, does Boone keep it? I don't think there can ever be a tie. People can answer the same number of questions correctly, but in that case, the system filters them by who answered faster, who submitted their answers faster. So I've never used this system and come out with a tie. So there should be one grand winner at the very top. We'll see who it is in just a moment. Brian, how did you know it was Lego Island?
Well, I play video games and Lego video games, but no.
All right. Brick Cools, congratulations. You are the winner of the Roadrunner minifigure. Hunter Hill, Mamasaurus. Is
That's my
Mamasaurus
mom.
related? That's your mom?
Mom, she actually did it. She's like way new into Lego. I'm surprised she got that.
That's awesome.
Your mom.
Mamasaurus, that's such a great name for Emmasaurus. So congratulations to y'all, and you can see other folks who got 6 or 5. All 3 of those at the top got 7 correct answers. That's amazing. Congratulations, Brick Cools, Hunter Hill, Mamasaurus. The winner is Brick Cools for having the fastest draw on all of those answers. So congratulations. This was Brick Trivia. Oh man, this has been a lot of fun. Emily, Mel, Brian, thank you all so much. Do you have any final words? And then maybe we'll take a question or two from the live chat. Throw those questions in the chat. We'll have just a moment for those. Brian, do you have anything to leave us with?
No, stay classy, be well, be kind to each other. And every night before you go to bed, just, look up into the stars and say, Lego, please make Peach's castle so Brian can finally shut up.
Mel, you got any final parting words?
And I'm just happy that we're turning the curve, and hopefully we get to see every last one of y'all in some real live Lego conventions. And man, Lego Masters like next week.
Here it's coming. It's coming. Lego Masters Season 2 is coming right up. Emily, any parting words?
No.
Comments or rude remarks?
This was really fun. Thank you so much for having me on. It was great to meet you guys. I was a huge Lego Masters fan, so this was pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, everybody. Check out a collaboration between Emmasaurus and Boone Builds in early June. You can find links to all of these folks' YouTube channels in the description of this video down below. Let's see. Do we have one question here? Mel, what is your favorite Marvel Lego set?
My favorite Marvel Lego set would have to be the original Avengers Tower, the Attack on Avengers Tower. That was my favorite, the original one, the first one.
Amazing. Hunter Hill said, which set is coming out in the near future do you want to get your hands on? What set coming out in the near future do you want to get your hands on? This is a great question to end on. What do you think?
Oh gosh, I really want to get the buildable Harry and Hermione minifigs. I think that's just really cool. I want to see how it's built.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Looks
Absolutely,
really cool.
I agree with that one. That could be my answer. Oh, I've got to get. It's already out, and I missed it before it went to back order. The 1966 Batmobile. I've got to get my hands on that thing. Oh, it's like air. I have to have it. Mel, you got one?
I definitely want to get my hands on that 3-in-1 Creator Castle. I definitely want to get that.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Brian?
Everyone in chat knows my answer. I'm contractually obligated to say the Luigi starter course.
Luigi starter course.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. This has been Bricktorious Live, and I muted it earlier, I guess, so you can't hear it. There's the music. It's been a lot of fun. Emmasaurus, Brian Saviano, Bricks O'Brien, and IcebergBricks, a.k.a. Mel. You all have been so awesome tonight. Thank you for being with us. Thanks to Lego-Matic, Lego Cat Creator, Becca Bat, Brett Hooper, Hunter Hill, Marvel Kid 25, Easy Craftsman. We've got Emmanuel Moto. We've got Journal of the Scots. I remember seeing Aubrey in here. We've got Asian Studios, Brick Tools. You all are incredible. Welcome to Bricktorious! Until next time, go build something amazing.